Hey, parents and Switch leaders, I'm Craig again, and this is the final week of our time together. And thank you for spending the last few weeks together with me, and thank you more so for investing in the life of your teenagers. The final session we're talking about to your kids is to be who you want to be with. In leadership, I always teach you reproduce what you are. And the same is true in friendships. You tend to run with those that you're like. If you're a committed follower of Jesus, you're going to attract and build your closest friendships with those who are committed followers of Christ. If you're a partier, you're probably not going to be hanging out with the Switch crowd all the time. You're going to be hanging out with people who are like-minded. So as we're preparing ourselves for more serious relationships and developing friendships that could lead toward marriage, it's important to make sure we know who we are. Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, the first and greatest command, and to love your neighbor as yourself. We really can't love our neighbor as ourselves until we're really loving ourselves, accepting who we are in Christ, and then we can show His love. So the three questions today, number one is, what are things students should consider about themselves before they decide to start dating? I think first it starts with a spiritual question, and that is, how important is God to you? How important is Jesus? Do you really care about His standards and serving Him? The big questions we want to determine, where do we stand spiritually? When we know who we are in Christ, we'll know what to do. If we don't know who we are, we're going to be overwhelmed with peer pressure and temptation. So we start there. Parents, teach your kids the Word, okay? You invest time with them, getting them to their different activities. Pour into them spiritually. Don't just help them be good athletes or good students. Help them be good followers of Jesus. Help them know who they are in Christ. Give them a strong family identity. My friend Greg Gunn says that where family identity is strong, peer pressure is weak. Where family identity is weak, peer pressure is strong. Give them a strong family identity, and even more so, a strong identity in Christ. Second question, what should God-centered teen dating relationships look like? Okay, you've heard in previous weeks, I'm not a big fan of teen dating relationships. What I am a big fan of is teen friendships, helping develop ourselves relationally and spiritually, and learning how to be friends. With my kids, I'm helping them to see, let's be friends first. And literally, in my book, Going All the Way, Preparing for a Marriage at Last, I talk about different gears. Friendship number one is all gear. Gear one is friendship. What happens so often in a dating relationship is like, oh, I love you, baby, I love you, I love you. You're putting too much pressure on the relationship before you're even friends. Gear number two is when we're actually starting to court or prepare for marriage, where we've got mentors speaking into our lives. Gear three is when we're full on pursuing marriage and engaged. Gear four is we are married. Gear five is overdrive, baby, and that's where I am right now. But what I want is I want mentors speaking into my life. I want accountability partners. I want those who have good marriages investing in me. If you're teenagers dating, I want you to invest in your teenager, or have other people, your Switch leaders, others investing in them. Look for the third voice. You're going to be a voice, their friends are going to be a voice. Look for the third voice, the strategic third voice, other outside godly influence into their lives that could help disciple them. Number three, any last nuggets, wisdom, or advice you'd like to share to parents regarding teen love, sex, and dating? The biggest thing I would say, as I've said before, is don't settle for normal. Normal's broken. Normal is not working. The best thing you can do is keep the communication lines open. And the way to keep the communication lines open is to care, to be involved. It's difficult when we get so busy. My kids want to talk late at night. I want to sleep late at night. But if late at night is the time when they're in the mood to talk, then I want to be there and not miss a moment of it. It's going to happen like this. They're going to be grown and gone. And I just want to encourage you, the best thing you can do, if you don't do anything in life, is to transfer dependence from you. When your kids are young, they depend on you. Transfer dependence from you to God. help them to know Him intimately as Father, as a source of strength and life, and transfer their dependence to Him to where they're truly seeking Him. If you can give them that spiritual foundation, you've given them what they need to be successful in life. And you're the best person to do it. So, go do it. Make a difference in the lives of your kids.